Come home late, it seems you barely beat the sun. Tapping my shoulder, thinking you gon' get you some. Smelling like some fragrance that I don't even wear. So if you want some loving, I suggest you go back there where you came from. Hi Libras, thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144, very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their sun, moon, and rising signs in the zodiac sign of Libra. Unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 3-card spread of love, money, and you. And then we'll get a major arcana card, and then we'll get a card from the end of the world as we know it, deck created by me, that has the lunar moon phases and zodiac signs. Everything has been pre-shuffled, so let's go ahead and begin. I hope that everyone is doing well, feeling well, and staying blessed. All right, let's get your first card for love. For Libra, love card for Libra. Love card for Libra. Love card for Libra. Love card for Libra. You have the Queen of Wands reversed. All right, so given that we have feminine energy here, this will apply for a lot of you as masculine energies. This will be someone who is very manipulative, calculating, can be cold, hence the wands in reverse. Wands is fire energy. So with the reversal, that gives me the energy of cold. I do get something that is beneath the surface here too. So someone, that'll be a part of the manipulation and lying. The sunflower here in reverse, that gave me the inference of, you know, something attempted to almost to give an illusion to be planted, but it's in the dirt, it's underground, and that's what I get here, underground. And then we have the lion energy that's here. Normally I would get this as a 2 of cup energy, so it could be a 2 of cups reversed here, but I'm not getting that with the presence of this reverse Queen of Wands being here in the love section. And so given also too that this is in reverse as a queen energy, this will not be a queen. I do get this also being a perpetrator of a queen, someone who pretends to be that, or may have tried to do something to gain a certain kind of status in order to call themselves a queen, and they're not. And then I'm also seeing reversal lions here too. And the fact that I'm saying lions, it's giving me like the actual inference of like lying. So just confirming what I was getting. Okay. And then let's see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Oh, look. Lying. Ace of Swords reverse. Why you always lying? So that's pretty much it. I mean, I could go into what the Ace of Swords is and everything that it's not because of this reversal here. Given that it's with this Queen of Wands in reverse, further confirms the underground energy. So I am getting a lower vibrational energy of Scorpio energy, also a Fucus energy. And then with the wand being in their hand and that manipulative energy being associated, where I do get a reversal Gemini energy, so an attempt to block, manipulate, perpetrate, all things low vibration connected to attempting to get what they think that they're getting in love. It's not the truth, and I feel that that's speaking to the tool and material that they do have, utilizing that in a way that condones lying. Things not being made clear, probably causing some kind of fogginess. Swords will be air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I don't get it. I get it being more of the Gemini energy that I just mentioned with the yellow energy. Yellow is a color for Gemini. And then we do have the color red there, that being Scorpio and Aries energy, so that could be significant too. And then aces have nothing to do with the past, given that this is an ace in reverse. This will be past energy, someone being stuck in the past. If you're a masculine and you're connected to this Queen of Wands, then that means you're stuck in the past too. And I'll go ahead and leave this here. Okay, and then let's get your money card for Libra. Money card for Libra. Money card for Libra. Now, I do want to say too, it doesn't necessarily have to. Something just came to me too. For some of you divine feminines, you may have someone that you were closely connected to who may have betrayed you. And it just being made more clear for you that this is a very dishonest person that has been in your life, possibly as a friend, a family member. Allow what resonates for that. Okay, let's get your money card for Libra. Money card for Libra. Let me turn this down a little bit. Money card for Libra. Page of Cups, reversed. Okay. So I got two things. I got there possibly being a connect to a divine feminine, and that meaning that the divine feminine is not naive. But then I also got the divine feminine not wanting to be a part of this, requesting that on site, disassociating themselves from this, where they are divine feminine and won't be of page energy. Pages are about messages, so then I also got bad news. Cups will be water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and a Fucus. This is more reversal energy. With the soul flame connection, for a lot of these readings, love and money have been connected. Energy is going to be a big component of this and the main foundation for that reasoning. So with this messaging energy here, I also get it being connected to what's here with the reversal energy that's here. I'm just getting like a masculine energy being completely oblivious, maybe allowing themselves just being in a particular state, energy, level, vibration, made themselves susceptible to manipulation coming from a particular energy here. And so I feel that that manipulation also too will be a part of what I mentioned as this possibly being a friend also too, for divine feminines, where that could be a part of the manipulation to try to throw like a curveball to take the attention away from what's true here, which is someone who's been lying. And then this being the bad news being received, having this connect here, it's going to affect the energy of what's also here with the money here too. And that's where love and money are also coming into play, where they're in connection. Almost like you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas. That might actually be the title. So that's going to mean that they're just receiving some bad news, and I do feel it's going to be just having associations, being on a certain level of low vibration, and then being associated with energies of the like. Let's get your U card, Libras. Oh, I guess we could have seen what was at the bottom. It didn't want to be seen, or else it would have come through. U card for Libra. That could be a part of the manipulation too, no lie. Libra. But the truth is the truth, and what's meant to be seen will be seen, hence your reading here. And whatever was associated with this Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, it will present itself in the way that it needs to. So no worries. U card for Libra. And then we do have, there was a split there. So I'm going to see what's here. We'll also see what's here too. And then we'll check out the bottom of the deck. So you have the Nine of Wands reversed. Or excuse me, not even reversed, sideways is what I meant to say. This possibly, notice, I don't know if you noticed when it fell. I did kind of see it turned a little bit as it landed. That could be significant. Nines are about completion. And I do see this as the masculine energy, where this may have been projected onto Divine Feminine, and Divine Feminine having good reason to not want to be associated with any of this. I do feel too, given that I'm strongly urged to say masculine and not divine masculine, that someone has fallen from grace by their choices here, where they may have tried to present some kind of competition, someone being very egotistical, too much on their high horse, believing that they're a certain kind of male where everybody wants them, and feeding off of this. It's very narcissistic is also what I'm getting here too. And then I do see a wand here, so it could be a King of Wands, and that being player energy, and then that also being why we have a reverse Queen of Wands here, and then someone finding out that this is actually a reverse Queen of, like, seeing the light of day, where they may have been fighting even with this Queen of Wands, because there's weapons in the hand. I'm getting weapons. So there may have been some fighting. And then finding out the truth. Once this truth is like made evident, it's almost like a volcano, an eruption of everything that's been suppressed coming to the surface, and it being hot as shit, literally. So then you have fire energy that's here. This is a lot of fire. It's fire beyond fire, especially with the reversal energy that's here in the love section. Three of Wands will be here. I just get this being self-blocking and someone blocking themselves from having this beautiful energy of a Ace of Wands start, or a new beginning, or a new endeavor, and having to deal with this. Like, they're bandaged, they're tired. This is a Wounded Warrior card here too. This will also be a Fucus related as well. And that being connected to healer energy. So being able to heal others, but not knowing how to necessarily heal oneself. And that's what I see here, and given the reading here, it's complete mastery of it. Sagittarius energy will also be significant. And then I do see this as an 11 energy as well, of justice. Scales being balanced. For a lot of you as Divine Feminine, I do get you sitting pretty, possibly having moved on, and this speaking to what it is that you've moved on and away from, where someone may have tried to put you in competition with others, and you're not. This is low vibrational energy. Minor Arcana 5s are going to be low vibration. 5 of Wands there. So let's go see what we have with the breaks here. These are the breaks. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. For some of you, it could be bad news also for the masculines connected to a child. Let's see what we have here. Three of Pentacles reversed. For some reason, like I see the 3 energy here. 3 energy is going to be Empress energy. This will be minor arcanas though, and I feel like this is a message from the Empress and not participating. This will be the non-participation factor of what's coming through connected to the Empress. Pentacles is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Your polarity energy, Libra, will also be the Aries energy that wanted to come through with the association of the red here. But this is in reverse. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see what the next set of, or the card that wanted to be seen in this break here. The Chariot reversed. So with this Chariot energy, and I've gotten some significance with this connected to Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. So I do get that being a choice of moving on and moving forward. This will be your energy here with the 7s of Libra. It's an imbalance, and then because of the imbalance, I just get that Empress energy, the Divine Feminine, moving on. Not wanting to deal with that. This is an unhealed situation is also what I see here too. So recognizing that, realizing that, and then moving away from this because it's toxic. This will also be Cancerian energy, a card of Cancer. And I mean, take what resonates, but given that this is a 7 energy of Libra and it's in reverse, the toxicity will speak to that message wanting to come through. Cancer energy will be stability and security. So that being affected also to unconditional love and deep love, depth of emotion, matters of the heart, and anything affecting that that's causing imbalance, it's got to go. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And this will be related to what's here, the bottom card with the 9 of Wands here. The Empress not being stuck is also what I'm seeing here. With this sword here connected to this 7 of Swords, this will be revealings of the truth, revealings of the lies, revealings of the third-party situation, of the 2 of Swords, indecisiveness, of the double sets of that, where we see this here. And trying to get away with it. The 7 reversed here just goes back to here, and then it relates to here, and that overall message connected to what's a part of that Empress energy, relaying truth by being in their power and sitting pretty, and speaking without even really having to speak. I also feel with the Cancerian energy, so this will also be not listening to one's intuition when it comes to a soul connection. And then being found out for the deception, the backstabbing, the betrayal, the low vibrational 3 energy. And then the reversals, it just brings me right back to what's here with the manipulation. And then what's also here too. And so that fallen from grace energy, this will speak to that divine masculine energy who's fallen from grace with their choices here, surrounded by fucking reversals, galoresies. Georgie Porgies. I don't know where that came from. I think that's a song by MC Light. Shit. She's from the 90s, early 90s. But there's a completion here for this masculine. As far as the road ahead, that's to be determined. I do feel it's going to be given that this masculine is seeing what's surrounding them and their choices that they've made and how that has caused this energy of what is surrounding them, hopefully they'll make better decisions as they move forward. And that's all I'll say about that. And then you have more swords energy. Given that it's Libra and Libra with the sevens here, the 2 sevens in reverse will be significant, but I just get it being a part of that manipulation, with it being Libra and it being in reverse and then it going right back to here. Let's get your major arcana for Libra. I mean, this is crystal clear. As much as someone didn't want something to be clear, the cards don't lie, and surrounded by all these reversals, this masculine energy. Yeah, no. One card for Libra. Like I'm kidding. Like the Empress has gotten out of Dodge. Divine masculine. Yeah, fallen from grace. There's a few things that want to come through as far as like titles. One more card, or one card I should say, for Libra. Here's the uprights. The reveals of the truth will be a temperance angel was completely judged. That's also what I'm getting here too. Being very beautiful, graceful, tremendously talented, a being beyond beings, not of this earth. 2 of Cups energy will also be associated. This is very cosmic energy. This will be the twin flame. Also having great patience, divine intervention, divine timing. Energy of 5 will be associated. This is a card of 14. And given that we have judgment that wants to be here before the 14, I feel that this is speaking to a past cycle and how the Empress energy will be here and how they've moved on from this already. A cycle is ending. We do have that completion with the 9 there. I do get this possibly being the energy of the masculine and connected to judgment, but there also being awakenings here too as well. Sounding of the horns, Archangel Gabriel is coming through. This card of judgment will be the energy of 20, breaks down to a 2. I do get High Priestess energy. So maybe someone making a choice or a decision or being guided as they move forward to strongly use better discernment and listen to their intuition. And then the again, the Temperance Angel, this will be a twin flame card. The backing of Mars will be here. This is in the upright versus what's here with the Mars energy connected to Aries. And then the actual 2 of Cups being here with the Temperance Angel versus the 2 of Cups channel in the reverse here with this Queen of Wands. 5 energy here with this being a major arcana will speak to the Hierophant and a contract. Well, let's see what's at the bottom. Deep cover. The Hermit reversed. And here's that reverse 9 energy that I got for this masculine energy that we see here. And I get this being at the bottom of the deck connected to the Temperance because this is a twin flame connection. That looks like it was taken for granted. And a Queen of Wands reversed was the ultimate, the poor judgment, let's say, that was made by this masculine who's fallen from grace. As a result, I do get this being why the Hermit is reversed here. This will be going really deep, 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 like almost like hiding or wanting to hide. They're not able to hide with the 7 of Swords being in reverse here. And this reading also being here too. And so then with the 9 reverse, this does create an 11 of justice here. So that'll be significant here too. Could be a breakup, divorce, maybe not, who cares. The 11 here creates a 1 and a 1, so I get that association connected to the reversals. Will show the truth of this masculine lying about possibly being in this upright here. Having this upright energy because they are a twin flame connected, but because of their choices and decisions, this will be the truth. And it's going to be reflective of what's here with the divinity of the temperance angel and reflecting that truth. And it not being able, masculine not being able to lie because of the soul flame connection that they have and how much the Empress is in their power, and reflecting the truth of being this twin flame, soul flame connection, the 2 of Cups, with the Mars backing, connected to Scorpio, upright energy of Scorpio, and upright energy of Aries. And that's it. And so then I also get to, you know, maybe not necessarily completing something and still being involved with this here. All right, let's get your final card. And that could be a part of the hiding, you know, cheating and hiding. Which is too bad, because it just means that, you know, someone really does not value themselves or feels that they deserve better or the best that they could possibly receive. And being jaded by false perspectives, 3D perspectives that have kept them from a very cosmic love. Let's get your final card for Libra. Like, you can't put a divine feminine in competition with this. You can't put a divine feminine in competition with anyone. That might be the title. We got a few choices here. Let's get a card for Libra. That's way too many cards, but we'll take a look here. We'll leave this here. Oh, my Jeezies. All right, so we have first quarter moon. Oh, I saw Libra. Okay, and I get that this is very similar to the collective reading I just did yesterday. The 9 of Cups was the top card, and then you had the Hangman as the middle card, and then the 6 of Cups as the bottom card, where I channeled the energy of the Hangman being towards the 6 of Cups, and that being the advised and guided decision, where it was a made decision. The 4 of Wands was also present, and that being a twin flame card that was connected to the 9 of Cups of wish fulfillment. And so given that we had that energy that was present, that could be a part of why we have these 3 cards here in the same format. And then the uncovering of the truth of the lies connected to the 7 of Swords. That just goes with all these fucking reversals that are here, speaking to a complete and big, humongous lie versus the truth. This not being the truth, where the truth has come through with this 9 connected to this 9 here of the Hermit. Okay, so first quarter moon will apply to the 9 of Cups. I'm correlating this. And so the energy for the first quarter moon, and this comes after the new moon. We did just have a new moon. So I do believe we might be in that energy, if I'm not mistaken. Yesterday when I checked up, or was it yesterday, the day before maybe? It might have been yesterday too. We were in waxing crescent. So very likely, let me double check, because this could be very relevant to today. Okay, no, it's still waxing crescent. Let me look. Another reference I like to use is the Old Farmer's Almanac. We used to have almanac books in school. I remember that was a thing to have with the thesaurus and the dictionaries. You don't really see that anymore. So let's see. I don't want to take up too much time here. Sorry. I'll do the moon. So it's the moon phase calendar for 2026. Today is the 23rd. It is. Oh my goodness. Okay, great. So let's see if we can see it here. First quarter. I knew. I had a feeling. I got a feeling. 10:33 p.m. and I'm Central Time. I believe it's set at Central Time here in the U.S. for me on this phone. But it's first quarter moon today. Completely fabulous. So look at that. Thank you, Spirit, for that wonderfulness. So this is something that is going to be relevant towards the first quarter moon energy that's happening today, April 23rd, 2026. First quarter energy will be about extension, courage, and balance. Keywords will be organize, confront, motivate, assert, materialize, form, empower, and pursue. Now, given that this is sideways, we have this connected to wish fulfillment and the evidence of things unseen now being seen here. We'll speak to that wish still being a wish and it being acted upon, but it not necessarily being a full 10 of cups. And then with the presence of that 6 of cups being there, I do get that being the hangman, this being this energy here. And that will be a hangman energy, actually, now that I see this. And being connected to this has probably brought about that hangman energy that looks like this, the hangman. And so that'll be about, not doing anything towards either of those and interacting more with that 6 of cups energy that's here in the reversals. All right, so that'll apply to the 9 of cups here. And today, and it being relevant with this reading. So then the middle card. Ooh, we have a fucus reverse. Look at that. And this will be associated with all these fucking reversals that are here. The sideways energy will be significant also too. The temperance angel, I'm just getting a very strong sense of patience with that temperance card. The sun aura just began. I just got a notification on my phone. So yeah, a fucus in reverse, and I did mention that when we were speaking on the amount of reversals, and then also the wounded warrior energy. It's evidence. The wounded warrior card being associated with the fucus, and here you have a fucus in reverse, confirming the energy of the 9 that I got here. And then we will show you. It's not showing energy because they're too busy with this. Receiving bad news also here too. And this being why the Empress energy, the temperance angel, is not associated with this. Making a judgment for themselves, a decision for themselves to move out and away from all of this. So every color, I just get that being in reverse, being connected to complete darkness. We do have that here with the Hermit reversed. And then for fucus, it says, we ain't going nowhere. Oh, this is from DMX. We ain't going nowhere. We right here. Okay, so that's not true either. And then that part, that having to do with like confidence, things being factual, 13 energy, all of this being in reverse will be complete. Just a total lie of a person. A fucus energy being in reverse. A fucus is a very magical, disregarded energy. So the fact that this is also taken for granted and misused and abused will also speak to the character of these reversals here and the association of that toxicity and the low vibration. So then let's see what we have for the bottom card. Libra. And this will confirm the energy that I got for the masculine energy. With it being sideways and not being in the upright will also speak to the reversal sevens that were coming connected to your energy. Things being completely sideways. So for your card, Libras, and this will be most of you as masculine energies who have fallen from grace, divine feminine no longer being in this space. I feel also being protected as well too, with the judgment card being here. And being in a completely new phase, a new cycle. Balance, please, and thanks. Scales. Hand me that book. Color for Libra, pink and red. Pink will come from Libra, and then red will be associated with the polarity energy of Aries. The energy of 7 being here. This was not in the upright. So it just, again, brings me back to these reversal 7s here. And then order in all courts. They're being disorder with this being sideways. And again, this will refer back to the reading that I just did yesterday on April 22nd. It's on my community post section of my YouTube channel. Feel free to check it out so you can see for yourselves. But the truth is the truth, and more truth is surfacing. Let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Let's do this here. Gibbous. And the judgment possibly being connected to what I got here with the temperance angel and being judged. Gibbous is actually a full energy and being buxom, being healthy also here too. Could be significant for a lot of you as divine feminines. Where someone I'm getting, because of the gibbous energy and the false perspective, the 3D judgment that's wanting to come through. Someone might have... what do you call that? I don't even know what that is because we're not about that life. I don't want to say anorexia, but a food eating disorder. And I don't know the other ones. I know there's others besides anorexia. And it's making me think of Beverly Hills 90210. There was one character on there who had an issue with that, and I can't remember exactly who it was, and I don't want to throw out names, but that may be relevant also too. All right, so for the gibbous energy, and gibbous is actually after the first quarter, so this could also speak to that next phase and the temperance energy, the divine feminine empress energy moving on and already being in their next phase of life. And as I say that, I see the word mature, but gibbous energy will be analysis, strategy, and focus. Keywords will be mature, develop, articulate, perfect, refine, discern, observe, and evaluate. Having done so, one has moved on. And I did get that with this being a cycle that's completing. The 14 being here, 20 and 14, that'll be significant also there too. I get a sense of calling all soul fragments back to one and being in wholeness, and that being the 7 energy for you, Libras. So that'll speak to this gibbous energy here too, and being in that whole state, being in wholeness, being in fullness and completion for yourselves, and having already started a new phase and a new cycle. That has a 2 of Cups that's meant for you and designed and destined for you, and moving away from this toxic situation of someone who was designed to be connected to you soulfully, and they chose against that and allowed themselves to be a part of some manipulative shenanigans. And that's it. All right, Libras, this was your reading. I'm going to get some coffee. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take wonderful and great care at all times. Good job for you, Divine Feminines, for being true and being you. Always remember, just like T.I. singing over here, you can have whatever you like. And I do want to mention, too, the song that I sang at the beginning of this reading will be by Sunshine Anderson. Heard it all before. When I went to the University of Iowa, it was my second year. I was a sophomore, and I had a dorm room all to myself. It was an all-girls dorm. And we had to share a bathroom, but a lot of the times we would keep our doors open during the day until, you know, it was time to go to bed. And there was one day, I think it was on a Sunday, and all of a sudden I heard this song, and this was a song back then. I graduated in 99. This would have been 2000, 2001. And I heard someone singing. She was singing that song by Sunshine Anderson, and she was blowing. And I have not forgotten that. And she sang so good. I hope she's still doing well. We weren't really friends, but we were, you know, on the same floor and knew each other just because of that association. And she got her props. That girl was singing, and it's very inspiring to me. And that was a part of what was within me, singing that song at the beginning of this reading. And I just feel that's about, you know, all of us. And she was of how do I want to say it, African American descent. I believe she was mixed with something else too. But just getting along and doing well amongst one another, not, you know, mistreating anyone else. I guess Venus is wanting to come through, and being respectful towards other females at all times. And that being part of the reason too why Divine Feminine will not be in a competition, because that's not the way of life when it comes to divinity. So again, take great care, all of you. I wish you all the very best. Sending you lots and lots of love. Good luck to you as you move forward on your wonderful journey. Peace. I love you.